Okay, this is Team 10's project on the multidisciplinary nature of the COVID-19 vaccine. So in order to produce the COVID-19 vaccine in a timely and efficient manner, a wide range of people from different professions, both engineering and non-engineering, had to work together. So there were some unique constraints with the development of the COVID-19 vaccine. First off was physical distancing. The actual capacity of the laboratories was reduced in order to ensure the health and safety of the scientists developing the vaccine. And also there was a very large pressure on time. COVID was still going on, and a vaccine had to be developed quickly in order to offset the pandemic. So as a result, emergency use authorization was granted by the FDA, and mRNA technology, which covers a broad range of variants and is very easily modifiable and scalable, was the preferred technology for the COVID-19 vaccine. So this is the clinical development of the COVID-19 vaccine. By January 2020, the DNA of the virus that causes COVID-19, SARS-CoV-2, was released to the public, and the process of creating the vaccine began. Only 2 days after researching the vaccine, Moderna succeeded in creating RNA sequences that would produce the spike protein to combat the virus. Only 41 days later, the first box of vials was shipped to the National Institute of Health, and by November 2020, the results of the Pfizer and Moderna late-stage trials came back with more than 90% effectiveness, and only a few weeks later, the vaccine got emergency authorization from the FDA and then was released to the public. To be clear, most vaccines take years or even decades to get approved, so this shows just how quickly it progressed in such a short amount of time. Out of all the engineering professions, bioengineers were the most involved with the development of the vaccine. Bioengineers have two main roles in the development of the COVID-19 vaccine. Firstly, they work with transplant surgeons and immunologists to study proteins, lipids, and other materials as possible vaccines. And they also work with neuroscientists on ways to use biomaterials to improve vaccines as well. A pretty neat example of how bioengineers can improve vaccines is through their delivery. So in the not too distant future, there's a possibility that nanoparticles could be delivered to for example, cancer patients' immune cells to teach their cells to destroy tumors. And instead of an injection, the vaccine might look and feel like applying just some small round band-aid to the skin. By far, one of the most important disciplines in the implementation of the COVID-19 vaccine are pharmacists. Pharmacists are essentially the discipline that deals with the administration of the vaccine. They ensure that the supply of the vaccine is within the law and suitable for the patient. They keep track of the immunization schedule, and they can provide recommendations for specific vaccines based on the patient's needs. Pharmacists also can focus on the more social side of the COVID-19 vaccine. For example, they can provide patient counseling, they can also help overcome vaccine hesitancy, and they can participate in studies down the road to improve the vaccine. Last but not least, we have the discipline of chemical engineering. Chemical engineers' main role in the development of the vaccine was working on its mass production. Chemical engineers worked with scientists and bioengineers in order to create the most time and cost-efficient methods for creating the vaccine. Chemical engineers also had to create methods of mass production for countries who lacked the facilities for complicated manufacturing processes as well. One of the notable chemical engineers who worked on the COVID-19 vaccine was Nikki Schorenbach. She led a team of scientists and engineers at Pfizer who were able to use mRNA technology as well as IVT technology to develop one of the first vaccines used in the pandemic.